Hi, I'm Rachel. A little bit about me. I commenced my career as a social worker. One of my placements was completed in Kurala and Tapa. It was known back then as Cavan Training Centre, which is where they detain young men under the age of 18 when they're in custody. I was always very interested in the justice system, the treatment of people in custody and rehabilitation. So I knew if I was going to remain a social worker, that's where I was going to end up. But social worker was always a plan B, and my plan A was to be a police officer. That idea started around about the age of 10 for me due to some family lived experiences of the justice system. And I joined South Australia Police Service in 2006. I've worked as a general duty police officer, a mounted operations officer, but for the bulk of my career, I spent it in the Family and Domestic Violence Prosecution Unit. I have only just resigned from the police service in December 2023. So were my expectations of the work realistic? Probably not. I think I joined starry-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to change the world. And the good old saying is, I joined the police to change the world, but the world changed me. So I was definitely a huge social justice warrior, and truth be told, I still am. But the reality is you soon learned that you couldn't fix it all. It was way too busy and you were way too under-resourced. So you're also surrounded by so many other systematic failures, as well as, the red tape. So it's not that the expectations weren't realistic. It's that, I guess my view is that expectations are very fluid. So yes, the expectations of the job changed, but I also changed, and I think that's okay. Yes, as a police officer, you're aware that the Employee Assistance Program existed. You have access to social workers and psychologists if needed. In all truth, there was a stigma around using them. Most people that I spoke to would seek their own assistance not connected to the department. Hopefully that will start to change. That's how it's often been. You did have debriefing sessions with your colleagues, never formal. So it was always a very informal chat after big jobs or after any job, just talking to your colleagues. I, in the whole 18 years, never received formal supervision in relation to my welfare or well-being. They definitely could do much better with that. And I do think that they're attempting to get better at it. Definitely more information around than there used to be. I think it's just a bit of that cultural shift that needs to occur, and it takes time. So some of the things that I did find helpful to deal with stress is definitely the talking and the debriefing with my colleagues. You do jobs and work together in situations where at times you feel like you're the only one that can understand that, and so the debriefing and the talking helps. Scheduling my own time to recharge my own batteries with activities that I enjoy doing, and also reaching out to my own trusted professionals. So I had a doctor or a psychologist if I needed the help, that I could reach out to them. Have there been times on reflection that you've experienced vicarious trauma or hypervigilance and security concerns? Absolutely. The hypervigilance, I think, just becomes part of life, really. The way you walk, the way you sit or you stand, entering a restaurant, you always know where the exits are. You watch people and you often can pick up very easily different people's energies. You become very protective. I definitely became very protective over the safety of my own children when I had children. So, I'd be checking on them when they're sleeping, checking doors, windows of houses, are they locked? And I think there's an element of that being really normal and natural as well, that security system, but I think it is heightened working in the criminal justice setting. For me, it was around being really aware that those behaviours existed and understanding that they were there for my own safety. But if it got too much or I started to experience anxiety because of it, then to reach out to, my own trusted professional. In conclusion, I guess I would not have changed being a police officer for the world. It has given me so much experience, a wide range of intertransferable skills. I've met some of the best people and forged some very deep friendships that will last me forever. And as well as knowing, you've actually helped people, and often people going through some really hard and traumatic times. So my advice is enjoy the work. It's meaningful, it is purposeful, but make sure you always are looking after yourself. Ask for help when you need it. Your well-being is always number one. And on finishing, don't let it change you too much. Never lose your sparkle or your drive. Thank you.